I am still working on writing out the questions for this video. I'm very prepared, as you can probably tell. Since it is now September, I thought it would be time to film something fall themed, autumn themed, so I was watching a video made by Paperback Dreams. I don't know what her name is anymore. Oh yeah, Kat from Paperback Dreams. Yes, that's her. I watched her It's Finally Fall book tag, and I figured why not do it, because tags are easy and I haven't uploaded in a really long time and I want to get something on my channel again to, I guess, feel productive, but also just have a fun time and talk about books again, because I haven't done that in a long time. Now let's just get into these questions, because I don't think I have a lot of storage on my iPhone, so we're just gonna do this. And my hair looks horrible. That's fine. So question number 1 is, in fall the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. For this, I'm not gonna name the obvious that I would normally answer for this question, but I'm gonna go with Coraline by Neil Gaiman. Either one of those. I read that recently and it definitely has a very vivid vibe and setting, and it's especially because I've seen the movie before I read the book, and if you've done that, then you kind of imagine the story as you've seen it in the movie, and that is very vivid. So that is the one that I'm going for that question. Question number 2. Nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. For this question, I'm gonna go with The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan, because it is literally a book about loss and grief, and the writing is quite nice. However, okay, I have a weird relationship with this book because I gave it 5 stars because it made me cry, but now that it's been a while since I've read it, I'm not so sure about that rating anymore, because while the ending was very touching, obviously, the middle of the book was kind of slow at times, and normally I'm fine with slow-paced books if I'm enjoying myself. I can deal with a plot that doesn't move very quickly, but in this one in particular, I didn't have the best time reading it, so I might change my rating to 4 or 3.5 stars, but I'm probably too lazy to put that on my Goodreads, but I don't think it's really a 5-star for me anymore, but it does really fit this question. So that's my answer for question number 2. Question number 3. Fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. I'm not sure if I have this book with me, the one that I have for this question, so let me just go and check.
A few moments later.
Yeah, no, I don't have it, but I'm gonna just look it up because this one has a really long title and I keep forgetting what it is. I found it. It is The Amazing Story of the Man Who Cycled from India to Europe for Love by Per J. Anderson. This is a nonfiction because this actually happened, and the man in the story actually did cycle from India to Sweden, if I remember correctly, for love. So that is nonfiction, but it definitely kind of read like fiction. It was very nicely written, and it taught me a lot about the culture in India, because most of the book takes place in India, and because the story follows the guy from the moment that he's born to the moment that he does the cycling to India and all of that. A lot of it does take place in India, and it was really, really fascinating, interesting to read. The author has come out with another book about India recently, and I might actually read that at some point because I really liked this book. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars, I don't remember exactly, but if I do, maybe editing me will put it somewhere here, what my rating was for this book. But this was a nonfiction that definitely taught me a lot of new things about Indian culture, and it was really interesting. Question number 4. In order to keep warm, it's good to spend time with the people we love. Name a fictional family or friend group that you'd like to be part of. I have not read Anne of Green Gables, but I've been watching the show Anne with an E on Netflix recently, and for this question I'm gonna have to go with Matthew, Marilla, and Anne on Green Gables, or with Cole and Aunt Josephine, because while I would love to live on a farm, I would also love the comfort of Aunt Josephine's estate. And if you've seen the show, you know that Cole moves in with, oh, this is a spoiler for the TV show, by the way. If you have seen the show, you'll know that Cole moved in with Aunt Josephine so that he could be himself, because Cole is gay and Aunt Josephine is also gay in the show. So I would really enjoy to live with a family who is, well, you know, a chosen family who love each other and accept each other. And Aunt Josephine throws the most beautiful parties in the winter, so I would absolutely love to be there for that. So yes, that is my answer. I would either love to live at Green Gables or with Aunt Josephine and Cole. Question number 5. The colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-colored spine. Okay, I might not have a lot of orange, yellow, and red spines, so I'm just gonna go through all of my books and come up with a little pile that reminds me of autumn and of the colder seasons. So just give me a minute to go and do that.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna try to hold this up now. It's gonna be kind of hard. Here we go. As it turns out, I have more fall-colored spines than I initially thought. This is like a pile of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books. So I apparently do have more red and orange colored spines, and 2 black ones with like some detailing that I figured looked very wintry and kind of Halloween-ish. And yeah, I think I'm also gonna just quickly make a thumbnail right now because I'm holding these and have to take that chance to do that. So ugh.
1 eternity later.
Okay, did that. Now I'm gonna set these back down because, well, it actually looks kind of cool like this, but yeah, that's question number 5. I'm gonna stop this now. In the spirit of question number 5, I'm also gonna show you the spine of my iPad case, because the iPad cover that I have it looks like a book. So it also has like, it has a nice brown spine. So I feel like that also kind of fits the theme. Ooh, now on to question number 6. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein someone is telling a story. Ooh, oh, actually, I have one for this. I'm gonna go with Circe by Madeline Miller, because if I remember correctly, in this book, Circe tells the story of her life. She's telling her own story, kind of as it happens, but also kind of not. I feel like most books are somebody telling a story, you know, they're all narrated, they all have a narrator. But this one is Circe telling her own life story as it happens, or as it has happened. Actually gonna take a look. Not quite sure. I might actually have a better book for this question, but it's really hard to figure out because I don't remember the narration style of most of the books that I read, but also most of the books I read are told just by the main character, you know, in like first person, or not many of them are told in third, so yeah. Oh, actually, the, no, it's not somebody telling a story. God, this question is kind of hard. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with the first thing that I said with Cersei. It's her telling her story first person, but still it's someone telling a story. I don't feel like putting in a lot of more effort in that question because it's kind of hard. And I don't read many books that really have like a specific narrator. I actually do. Oh my god, how did I forget this? The Book Thief. I've read this one, and it is narrated by Death. It is Death telling the story of little Liesel, who is the book thief. And it all plays out in World War II, and that is a book that is somebody's telling a story. Could also definitely go for question number 2, because The Book Thief is very beautifully written, but it definitely deals with a heavy topic because, you know, it takes place in a war. I highly recommend reading it. It's a very good book. Number 7, The Nights Are Getting Darker. Share a dark and creepy read. I try not to recommend books on this channel that I have not read yet, or talk about books in general that I have not read yet, but I also don't want to mention the same book twice, because I was thinking to mention Coraline because it is pretty creepy, but I already mentioned that one for the vivid setting, so I can't really do that again. Honestly, I recently watched the movie I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and then I listened to the audiobook. I didn't like the audiobook very much. I gave it like 2 stars because I felt really meh about it. But it is a thriller and it is technically a creepy read, so I can just kind of insert that for this question. So that is what I'm gonna go for. For question number 7, I'm gonna go with I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I think it's by Ian Read. I'm gonna look this up because I don't remember. Also, this is one of those very rare cases where I feel like the book was worse than the movie, so the movie was better than the book. I don't know why. Maybe I feel like usually movies are scarier than books. Books don't really scare me that often, whereas movies definitely can scare me. So yeah, I prefer to consume my horror and my scary things in a visual format rather than words on a page. Yes, I'm Thinking of Ending Things was written by Ian Read, so that is my answer for this question. But I do recommend watching the movie because I didn't like the book very much. It wasn't that good to me. Also, it's a pretty short book, so you can get through it really fast. The audiobook is only like 5 hours, but I still recommend watching the movie. I prefer the movie. Question number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. Let's think about this. It has to be short. I don't read that many short books. Most of the books that I read are like over 200 pages. For some of these questions, I have written something down, and for some of these, I have not, so I'm just thinking of something on the spot right now. I'm actually gonna take a look at my bookshelf. I have a bookshelf behind me, and I also have books up there, so I'm just gonna go up there. All right, I have made my decision. I'm gonna go with this graphic novel named Bloom by Kevin Panetta and Savannah Ganusho. I always struggle with that last name, but I've mentioned this one on my channel before. It's a very, very cute little graphic novel that you can read in like one night. So it's short and it's sweet and it'll make you feel happy, hopefully, if you are not opposed to gay people. But if you are, why would you be on this channel? So yes, if you have had a bad day, if you've had a rainy day, and if you don't like rainy days, because I personally love rainy days, they're the best, then I highly recommend reading this. But I always recommend reading this because it's very cute. It's not very profound or anything, but it's cute. And the art style is also very nice, as you can tell by the cute drawing on the front cover. So that is going to be my answer for this question. Question number 9. Fall returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. Really debating what I'm gonna answer to this question. I'm just gonna go and think and look around. I was at my parents' house earlier, last week I was at my parents' house, and I was looking through all of my books and I did see a couple where I was like, oh yes, I would like to reread that one. For example, one of them is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I don't have it with me right now, but this is a book about going off to university, which I did last year, but last year I didn't read this one. And I kind of feel like reading it again now that I'm actually in that phase of my life, to hopefully kind of relate to the main character, what she's going through. But I have another one that I would like to revisit soon, and that is this one. It's called Torenhoog en Mijlenbreed. It's in Dutch, and this is my favorite Dutch children's book ever written, basically. It's a science fiction, and it's about a guy who gets stationed on Venus, but this version of Venus is a version that the author pictured before it was discovered that you basically cannot live on Venus and that it rains acid over there. This is a version of Venus with really wild and beautiful nature and with aliens on it. So I really, really, really love this book, and I would really love to reread it sometime soon. So if I get through everything on my TBR before the year is over, then I might read this one at the end of the year, or I will just put it on the list for next year because it's been a while since I read this one and I kind of want to know if I still like it. So this is an old favorite that I would definitely like to revisit. Okay, this is the last question. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. This is fun. I actually recently knit a pair of socks for myself and I'm gonna show them to you right now. These are the socks. They're very autumn colored, kind of have a pumpkin vibe going on. However, this is the first pair of socks that I've ever made, and one of them, this one, is kind of too big because I think I started with too many stitches at the top. The bottom is pretty okay. The bottom definitely fits, but the top is kind of too big. And this one is just good. So they're both really different. They're still comfortable and I still definitely wear them both together, but I hope the next pair of socks that I make will be, you know, that both of them will be the same and that one of them won't be too big. However, these are right now kind of my favorite things in the entire world when I just want to, you know, have a cozy whatever. And I love the colors. I'm so happy that I chose these colors for the socks. So those are my current favorite reading accessories, I guess. Then it is time to tag some people, and I cannot be bothered to go and look around who has done this tag yet and who hasn't. So if you're watching this video right now and you have a book blog or a booktube channel like me, then feel tagged. You are now tagged. Do this tag, post it, tag me back if you like are one of those people who posts your stuff on Twitter. Mention me or don't. I do what you want, but if you're watching this and you feel like doing it, go ahead and do it. You have officially been tagged by me. That is everything that I have. Oh, if you've read any of these books that I've mentioned, please let me know what you thought of them in the comments. And don't forget to check out my description. I am still posting Black Lives Matter resources in there. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully soon, because we all know that I am very bad at keeping up with uploading on this channel. Actually, no, this is the first time that it's taken me like a really long time to get something up, but I have a feeling that the next time that I'm going to be posting something will also be quite some time. I am working on some stuff right now that I'm really excited for, but that's going to take a long time, so we will see when I will have motivation again to film. Until that time, I love you. Thank you so much for being here and for watching this video and for your support, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye. I'm dropping everything everywhere. Oh my god. This is such a mess, but that's fine. We are trying to keep up with the messy vibe of this YouTube channel in general. So if I'm succeeding at that, I feel like I'm at least somewhat consistent, and the people that like to watch my videos will come back because the messiness is never gonna go anywhere. That's just my personality, and this is my channel, so that is what it's going to be. Also, definitely no uploading schedule because I have not uploaded in a really long time, but that's fine because I'm not trying to make this a job or anything. I'm really just doing this because I like doing it. Oh, I'm gonna have to vacuum later because I dropped a little cup of dirt. Because I have a bunch of plants, but that also means that I have a bunch of dirt in my room, and now some of it has fallen down, but I'm just gonna finish the video first. Oh, also, I feel like most people, because it is very beautifully written, the book. Okay, question number 8. The rainy day, sorry.